I'm in charge of supply chain and asset within the engine department.
I'm in charge of the re-engineering of the supply chain in Air France industry.
I'm a senior vice president for supply chain and industrial means.
I'm in Air France industry in charge of the asset division team for the component division.
I'm in charge of the development of inventory optimization tool.
What I like most about it is the complexity of the topics and working with the teams.
We are able to build the future, in fact, and supply chain was not very considerate few years ago, and now we find out that it's a key player in the MRO world, so I like it.
What I like about it is differencing the intellectual challenge that it represents to always optimize where stock should be located. And the second thing is that supply chain is all about teamwork. You have so many actors that are playing together to make it happen. And then if any of them fail, then the overall chain is a challenge.
What I like the most is complexity of our concerns. Supply chain for airline is very complex, so you have to be creative every day. This is what I like the most.
To me, the very difference is the way it runs as being very circular. We Air France are servicing airlines that are around the world that are calling for components. So we first send them serviceable units and then they return them to us unserviceable. We send them in our unserviceable supply chain, get them repaired and put them back in stock. So unlike other companies that would be dedicated to manufacturing, for instance, we have a very circular supply chain.
We think what is really unique is first time pressure, because we operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Unit cost of each part is just huge. Some parts may cost more than $100,000 for one part only. So we have a key concern about inventory sizing, for example.
I would say the cost of the parts, which are huge, and the complexity of the engines.
The main difference, I would say, main differences, because there are differences. I would say the ability to forecast the sale and the events. Most of the events are unpredictable on our side. The second one is maybe the criticity of the request. If you don't deliver a part, it can have huge impact on the operation and the airline operation. When you don't deliver a can of peas in a supermarket, it's not exactly the same impact. And we have a loop of the product. Classical supply chain, you product, you sell, and it's done. For us, every product is coming back, and you have to once again turn it. So this is three differences, but which are very important on the management.
The first time standing next to an engine, and every time I go on the shop floor, it's still impressive and it never wears off.
So here, what strikes my mind first is a celebration that was organized in the team in Mumbai when I was working in the shop we have there.
I have a lot of craziest memories within Air France Industries. I won't say that they are classified, but I'm not sure to be able to share. The only thing I would like to share with you is that I was very impressed about the impact of the decision we are able to take in this type of industry. We are often confronted to decisions which can lead to have impact of tens of hundreds of millions after 4, 5 or 6 years of application. So we have a great responsibility in this part. This is very exciting.
I think the greatest experience I have is that several years ago we have built up with a major player in the industry. I can give the name, it was Boeing, a partnership to support companies all around the world. It was a huge experience and this partnership is still alive. So it's a great pride for me.
Yeah, one of the big surprises was when I got the project of making a s&op on Air France supply chain components. And we were surprised about different things that we didn't see before.
I would say that Whenever I took the aircraft for business purposes, I ended up just looking at the aircraft surrounding me and saying, oh, but all of them are either current customers or we have had business in the past, and my team really supported their operation to make them fly.
One of the biggest gotcha moment, I would say, is learning how the engine works from a physical point of view, how it can lift a plane off the ground.
The thing maybe I'm eager to see it moving faster is the supply chain digital twin that we are launching. I've foreseen that as a game changer in our organization, and the possibility to plug some optimization that we have not, let's say, even think about at this moment.
Oh, the greatest challenge I have is really to move from the former world of the traditional vision of the supply chain to the new supply chain approach.
I think try to work on the next generation of the supply chain, or supply chain of the future, as you mentioned, or whatever the term, is a challenge by itself. I think it's a combination of all these things. I'm not able to pick up one and say, yeah, this is the one. It's really a journey. Huh?
So today, what challenges us the most is the way to really grasp the alert that the supply chain is giving us on a daily basis. We really need to be more efficient into detecting any deviation in our supply chain. And I think one of our challenge, and what really is the challenge we're focusing a lot upon those days, is how do I make sure that the data I'm collecting is just sending me the right message, the right level of alerts, so that I secure my stock and I secure the performance of my airlines and customers.
What challenges the most, I think it's the forecast of all our needs, in fact, because it's based on good data. So it's important to have all the relevant data to be sure that we can have consistent results.
We have a huge transformation project ongoing, which is going to redesign completely the industrial process, and we have to define the supply chain of tomorrow, and it's a lot of work, but it's very, very interesting.
The synergy we have brought together. Once again, the combination between the knowledge, the business knowledge, sometimes old knowledge of the company, combined with the data analysis, the data scientist, and the way Lokad is able to integrate it, and we are able to build some optimization system above our classical system. I was very impressed about the time to market we get it.
The word I have, it's agility for sure.
We are working in a great company, so when we work with the Lokad staff, we are really amazed by the level of the acuity of their ability to listen to us. They are really open-minded and they want to hear really what are our specific concerns, and then they are able to put that in smart, I would say, to transfer this knowledge in smart tools, either via data management or smart algorithm. And they could do that in a very short period of time, because in our huge companies, typically we are talking about years, 1 year, 2 years to have something concrete. With Lokad, we know that within 3 months or 6 months, we can already create value.
Working with the Lokad team is very pleasant. They are reactive, they are understanding, they understand our problems, and we have results very quickly. So it's really a great partnership.
The supply chain scientists are very interesting, very clever. They can understand very quickly our business needs and turn them into a mathematical or I would say algorithm that can make our life so much easier. So it's It's really a different breed, but so much appreciated.